Welcome back to Frugal Spoon. Today we are making a lattice weave. I always seem to miss a weave when I bake, so I will practice the weave and then you can give it a try. My name is Ivan and I make tasty small recipes for me and my plus one. Making a lattice for a pie or a tray is a simple task. With practice, you can make a lattice with your eyes shut. I'm not there yet. I'm a home cook and I'm not a baker. We all know how my lattice turned out on the last apple pie video. But a lattice crust just makes a tasty dessert taste even better. So let's get started. We will make a lattice or a weave as a practice for a lattice top crust. Use two types of paper, string or ribbons. The color will help identify a missed weave. I have a brown paper bag and a piece of newspaper as visual aid for my dough. The wax paper with a circle will represent the top of the pie. Typically the dough will be rolled out, so the rolled dough extends beyond the top edge of the pie pan. The sheet that I cut out of the brown paper bag and the white newspaper will represent the rolled out dough. Cut each piece of paper into 5 equal width strips. That's 10 strips altogether, 5 brown and 5 white. White is what we will call the newspaper strips from here on. If dough is rolled out to a square shape for a round pie, then there is wasted dough. But when dough is usually rolled out into a disc, then the strips will vary in length. So the longest brown strip will be the first strip used, and the longest white strip will be saved to start the weave. Place the longest brown strip laterally across the middle of the pie. Place the other brown strips above and below the first brown strip with a ½ inch gap or more between each strip. The gaps will allow us to see what's under the lattice, which is the filling. Use a piece of tape in the middle of the brown strip to hold the 5 strips in place. Number the strips with the same number at each end of each strip. Number 1 strip is at the top and number 5 strip is at the bottom. Number 3 should be the widest strip in the center. This will be the first layer of our lattice. Now this is the part that catches me off guard when starting the weave. There is always a fold before you lay down the first perpendicular strip for the weave. Sometimes you move fast because the dough is warming. You quickly lay down the first 5 brown strips horizontally and then followed by the 6th strip vertically. The 6th white vertical strip will cause a missed weave. To prevent a bad weave, start by folding every other strip 1, 3, and 5 on the left to the right so the fold is at the center of the pie. Use a long white strip and place it perpendicularly down the center of the pie. Now fold strips 1, 3, and 5 that are to the right back over the new white perpendicular strip. This completes our first weave. So pick an imaginary line a ½ inch or so to the left of the white strip. The gap is there so we can see the filling below. Now fold the strips 2 and 4 on the left to the right over that imaginary line. As a side note, any strips that are folded always come from under another adjacent perpendicular strip. So place another white shorter perpendicular strip over that imaginary line. Tape the new white strip down in the middle so it doesn't move. Fold the strips 2 and 4 back to the left and over the new white perpendicular strip. Find another imaginary line a ½ inch or so to the left of the last white strip. Now fold strips 1, 3, and 5 on the left to the right over that imaginary line. Place another short white strip on that imaginary line. Tape the new white strip down in the middle so it doesn't move. Then fold strips 1, 3, and 5 back over to the left. The left side of this lattice for this pie should be complete. Take a look at the left side of the pie. There should be an under and over weave designed to the left side of the pie. If there isn't, now is the time to make the adjustment. The dough is warming. So let's move on to the right side of the pie. Find an imaginary line a ½ inch or so to the right of the center. Fold strips 2 and 4 on the right and fold them to the left over that imaginary line. place a short white strip on that imaginary line. Tape the center of the white strip to keep it in place. Return strips 2 and 4 back to the right and over the new white strip. We just completed another weave. Find an imaginary line 1/2 inch or so to the right of the last white strip. Fold strips 1, 3, and 5 on the right to the left over that imaginary line. Place another white strip over that imaginary line. Return strips 1, 3, and 5 back to the right and over the white perpendicular strip. The lattice should be complete. Let's take a look at our work. Colored brown and white paper will expose any misweaves. Sometimes finding a misweave with dough is difficult since the entire weave is one color. I usually find a misweave when I'm applying the egg wash and dusting the pie with sugar. You can fix a misweave at the edges if the strips are cold and you haven't already applied the egg wash. A misweave is sometimes better left alone so strips look solid and not broken. Well, I hope this helps you with your next lattice crust. If you like this video, then don't forget to give us a likes up with a thumbs up and subscribe on the bottom right. And also hit that little bell to the top right of the YouTube screen to be notified of new Frugal Spoon videos. Remember to visit frugalspoon.com to print and for more information on this recipe and others. Until next time, I hope you enjoy making your own lattice. Thank you for stopping by. Come back soon. I hope everyone has a great, safe day. Adios, amigos. Ivan out.